Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What is the topic today, Mr. Bowling?
Yes, the topic today is the trend today is about the genetic revolution. But first of all, we will introduce our guest.
Our guests today, they are the best of their country. First, she is the world afraid Susan from Cuba. Second, she is the reporter of female criminal Jessica from England. And the last one, she is supermodel Mae Fah Luang University from Myanmar. You look beautiful today, Jessica.
Thank you.
Jessica, if you have a baby, what sex you will choose?
Thank you for the question. If I have a baby, I want to have a son.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I think so. The son is lovely.
Okay, this is the first question for you all. Which countries that sex selection are legally? A. USA, B. China, and C. Singapore. So what do you think, Susan?
I think it's Singapore because Singapore is a small country. So Singapore is weak. I think like that.
Okay, and Jessica, what do you think?
I think USA because USA is a developed country.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, and Mae Fah Luang University, what do you think?
I think China because China population prefer the son more than daughter.
And do you want to have a son?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about sex selection regularly? So let's listening to Mr. Bowling.
First, we will look at in China. The abortion of choosing son in China is lead to unbalance of sex. So the researchers know that the males are larger than the female, up to 33 million. And come to Singapore, from the low birth rate in Singapore, the Singapore's government has the idea to support people to have a baby and get married. So what that they do? By they reduce income tax and increase the subvention. Consequently, the Singapore is not allowed to have a baby. Is not allowed to abortion. Congratulations for the person who chose USA. From the Daily Mail report on 22nd August 2009, the American laws on sex selection changed in 2001, leading to the medical centers offering family balancing services. Okay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jamie Griffo, the Program Director for the NYU Fertility Center. We're going to be talking about the ethical issues and methodologies involved in gender selection and family balancing. There's been a lot of interest in gender selection. Most of the patients who really seek it are the patients who have one or two children of one gender and they want to have one more child, but they don't want to have yet another girl or yet another boy. It's more the family balancing group of patients who really are most interested. There are a number of techniques now that are really accurate, that work really well, but they're really high tech. They require a lot of technology and a lot of involvement and cost. The one technique that works the best, is the most accurate, involves in vitro fertilization and doing a genetic test of the embryo. There are times when patients have two boys, they want a girl, and they're doing IVF anyway. That group of patients is the main group that we use. But we don't do this routinely. This is not something that's that commonly done because it is so involved, because it does require in vitro fertilization. It does require weeks of injections of medicines. It does require an egg retrieval, that's a minor surgical procedure, and then embryo testing. And the cost of this procedure, when you add it all up, is somewhere, in the $12,000 to $15,000 range. It's very expensive. The patient who had 2 girls at home in bed easily, often come and seek a consult, but when they hear what they have to go through, what it costs, and how effective it is, i.e. success rate wise, a lot of them, choose not to do it just because it's not what they thought it was. Because, you read an article, you can choose the sex of your baby, and, the fine print is missing, that it costs a lot of money, it's only 40% effective, it has, really high accuracy, but it's a lot to do for a lot of money and not get pregnant. And so I think when people hear that, a lot of people choose not to do it. Short of this technique, there are other techniques that are out there, the so-called sperm spinning techniques. Some people use those techniques, but they're quite involved. They require artificial insemination, and the technology to spin the sperm or sort the sperm is pretty sophisticated. And really, there's only one place in the country that's actually, on track for FDA approval. But even that technique only enriches the sperm population for the desired gender to somewhere in the 80% range. There's none of those are 100% like the genetic testing of embryos is. Some of the techniques that involve the sperm sorting technologies that then use artificial insemination, per month's try is about a 10% pregnancy rate. So it may take you multiple attempts, and that may require lots of effort and time. I don't take any of this technology lightly. For someone who wants to have their first child, is it really worth it to do all this extra testing to micromanage that aspect? And why not just have a healthy baby and not worry about it? Plus, this technology, if you use it using IVF, you only have half as many embryos of the desired gender. You're going to lower your chance of success. It's not the goal of what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people have a baby. Every day I go to work and I have the opportunity and the gift of being able to help change someone's life. Because a couple that can't have a baby, when all of a sudden we have that miracle happen, and I'm not making miracles, I'm just helping nature make miracles. The at-home methods, a lot of them don't really have the science to back the claims. There's no harm in trying these things. I mean, I don't think you're going to harm your baby, but I just don't think they work. So I think some people are getting a false sense of security that they're doing this. But if it adds and makes it more fun, power to them. Go for it.
So USA is the correct answer. That is the country that sex selection are regularly. And Jessica, you get a point in this question.
Jerry?
And you too, don't worry. We have other questions that you can get a point.